training with Kenny, so went pretty well. You know, yeah, I'm finna get in shape. I'm gonna shed like about 40 pounds, and then who knows? You may see me fight a YouTuber, but I'll put it to you this way: I'm not gonna go out like Nate Robinson. You can bet your ass that won't happen. At the end of the day, um, like I said to Nate Robinson, hey, my platform is open. Real talk. I wish Nate would have took this more seriously, but at the end of the day, I just got to keep it 100. It's levels to this shit. You know, um, there's levels to it. It is a difference between fighting in the streets and then fighting in the ring, because that's why they call it ring generalship. In the street fight, all things. You know what I'm saying? In the street fight, anything goes. Kenny, who next?
What do you mean for us?
Yeah.
Nah. When you look at the landscape of Bud and Errol, and people don't realize this, they just see things on the internet and they think that's what it is and they believe what they see. The people who are involved with the business, the promoters in the match, the sanctioning bodies, the WBCs, the WBOs, those are the people who can put the pressure on an Errol Spence or put the pressure on a Bud Crawford to make the fight. Obviously, Sean Porter's not going to fight Bud Crawford for $1 million. You know, we was fighting for that way back when we was fighting Paulie Malignaggi and Kell Brook. So we've surpassed that a long time ago. Anyone who is willing to say that's a good amount of money for you to fight for, we can turn it down because we don't need it. That's just the way it is. How many people can say they can turn it down? Well, he's doing good enough and has done well enough for himself that he doesn't have to take that. And it's not worth it to us. You just gave Kell Brook $2 million. It's not worth it to us. We just fought Formella for more money than what they're talking about. So, it's up to the actual promoters, and it's up to the sanctioning body, WBO, WBC, to put pressure on those two guys to make them fight the mandatory. Which one of those guys it'll be, I don't know at this time, but our preparation would be number one, Terrence Crawford. And if we can't get Terrence Crawford, we'll switch up and bring some southpaws in.
Okay. So Kenny, are you willing to go to a purse bid for this Bud fight, or
It makes no sense to do a purse bid because they've already said, only thing we're gonna put up is this much. Well, I can put that purse bid up myself. What's the point? If I can afford to put the purse bid up myself, it's pointless. So why would we go to a purse bid and it's not enough money there to, really make sense for you to do it? I mean, basically what they're saying is, we're not going to even, offer anything. So, I know Porter's not going to take the fight. That's an easy way to get out of the fight. That's what it is. It's an easy way to get out of taking the fight.
all right, you guys, you heard it from Kenny Porter himself. It's your boy Town Biz signing out. I'll have more for you. So once again, you heard straight from the horse's mouth. Kenny, are you guys are in any type of negotiations whatsoever, or it's just your people contact my people?
No, we're not in any negotiation at this point. At this point in time, which is the new year, we just starting. But I would say the first thing Monday, there'll be some phone calls made to the right people to see if people are willing to do business. But if nobody wants to do business, if they don't want to do business and they want to continue to fight like Kell Brooks or Green Machines, those type of guys, it should speak for itself at that point. It should speak for itself at that point. And as far as Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence, I'm glad to see Errol's back. I'm glad to see Errol look good. He's healthy. And he had a good fight against Garcia. But, it's a little bit harder when you're in there with us. And we're looking forward to one of these guys making a decision, you know, to take that fight. So,
Kenny, before we go, could you break down what you told me about, people that ain't never had any boxing experience, just thinking they could get in the ring and just fight? Because you had a very interesting take on Nate Robinson, and people kind of wanted to know, as a guy that trains.
I don't know Nate. Never met him. Didn't have anything to do with preparation for his fight, but just knowing boxing and knowing boxers. For example, prime example, if you take somebody like Kell Brook, and Kell Brook fights Bud Crawford, and Kell Brook gets hit with a jab and basically gets, just his balance and his vision and his clarity for the fight just went crazy. He's off balance and he can't really get himself together. Well, you've been taught since you were very young, the first punch you defend is a jab. And if you're not able to defend the jab, the first punch you are able to overcome getting hit with is a jab. So what I seen in that fight was I seen a guy who made a conscious decision that when he got hit with something that he didn't like, not that he was knocked out, he wasn't on the canvas, but he just didn't like what happened, he made a conscious decision that he was going to stop fighting. You know, well, guys that don't have experience, who've never been hit like that, they don't get to make that decision. A lot of times when they get hit, they are truly hurt. So I felt like the guy was hurt, but he had never gone through the proper training to overcome being hurt like that. And so when you put a guy into the ring who has not been through those type of tests, has not been hit and not overcome pain, and doesn't have a high tolerance for pain, then you're putting him in there basically, to get his head knocked off. There was no way that that guy was going to be successful against a good fighter or even a decent fighter, but on the other side of that, it is what it is. It happened. He was a grown man. He made the choice to get in the ring, but he don't get to choose the consequences.
All right, you guys. Y'all heard it from Kitty Porter. So I'll be back live later on. So, put your questions in the comment section and we out.